excited you're here today because I'm talking about Old School April Readathon, which is happening in April. This was created by Kelsey from Slime and Slashers, and of course it is kind of based off of the Nickelodeon show Legend of the Hidden Temple. So we're broken up into teams. As you can see, I'm rocking the Purple Parrot team, which is the best team because I'm on it. And I will go through all the teams and the other co-hosts. So I'm on a team with Kelly from Hooked on Books and Amy Newell Reads. And then there's Blue Barracudas, which Kelsey is on, and then and Alex from the Booktube and Elizabeth from Elizabeth Sagewood. And Andrew from It Came From the Page, and then there's Silver Snakes, which Kat from Kat's Novel Adventures, and Sarah from Thrills and Kills Booktube, and then there's April from Apple and Alchemy, which she's just over on Bookstagram. So I'll link everybody's channel down below so you can go check out their announcement videos on all of that fun stuff. So basically you'll be joining a team if you want to. You don't even have to join a team really, but it is like more competitive that way, I feel like. So every prompt that you finish, reading prompt, or watch-along prompt, or an Instagram prompt, you will get a pendant. Is it a pendant? It is a point/temple pendant. That is it. So I'm just going to go over the readathon prompts. The Instagram prompts are actually going to be April from Apple and Alchemy's Bookstagram for 6 out April prompts that you guys might have seen if you followed me for a while over on Instagram. I participated in that last year and it was so much fun. So I'm super excited for this year because I will be, knock on invisible wood, doing every day. I don't know if I did every day. I think I did close to every day last year, or I attempted to. So yeah, I'm very excited for that. But getting into the reading prompts, and again, I don't even know if I talked about it. Everything will be linked down below. The Instagram, the Old School Instagram, the Discord, the Google Doc that just has all this information that I'm going over. But the first prompt is read any Goosebumps book or read a book that fits the theme or vibe of an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? So that is pretty open. I feel like any middle grade, any spooky middle grade, or any like old middle grade would fit for this prompt. And then for recommendations and stuff too, it's in the Google Doc that will be linked down below. There'll be a list of recommendations. Kelsey's announcement video has recommendations in it already, and I'm sure my TBR video might have recommendations. So there'll be lots of recommendations out there for you guys. And then readathon prompt 2, read any horror book published or set in the 80s, or read a middle grade or YA book published or set in the 80s, or a retro vibe. So very broad, like a retro vibe. My book recommendation is The Worm and His Kings by Haley Piper, which is set in the 90s, so it has a retro vibe technically. Read an animal attack book, which I'm super excited for this prompt. It just sounds so much fun. Prompt 4, nostalgic technology. Read a book featuring older technology on the cover or in the story, like cassettes, arcade machines, VHS tapes, Walkman, Polaroid pictures, typewriter, and the publishing year doesn't matter either. Mood read. Book or published or set in 2003 or earlier. Prompt 6, read a Fear Street or a Point horror book or a Christopher Pike book. So there's a ton of those out there. I know I have some I need to read. Readathon prompt 7, Teen Witch, read a book with magic, magical elements, cursed objects, occult, supernatural. Publishing year doesn't matter. And then prompt 8, read any horror book that is published in the 90s or middle grade book, YA, or published or set in the 90s or with that retro vibe. Okay, so this one would actually fit The Worm and His Kings, not the 80s one. And bonus prompt, replacement prompt. Use this to replace any other prompt if desired. Read a book with neon on the cover, publishing year, doesn't matter. And then there are watchathon prompts as well. So there is a bingo board for that as well. Everything will be linked down below. But I won't go into all of the prompts for the watchathon, but I love watchathon parts of Readathon, so I'm so excited. And then there will be a bunch of group watches over on Discord throughout the month that is being planned. So there's also bonus prompts that is going along with our recs actually. So like my recommendation, The Worm and His Kings by Haley Piper, that would be a bonus that you get. So you get an extra pendant if you read that. I'm guessing like on top of the 90s prompt as well. And then it's also, we did recommendations for movies that Kelsey talked about in her announcement video. I recommended Killer Clowns from Outer Space from 1988 and Taming the T-Rex from 1994. So if you watch any of those two, I think that would be an extra point on your watchathon, but it does fit the watchathon as well. So another bonus would be to participate in Six Hat April, and then wear a nostalgic accessory, costume, or outfit, which I think is really fun. It's going to be really fun to kind of be inspired by the 90s, to yeah, take pictures. You could make it work for Six Hat April as well. And then eat or drink a nostalgic snack or beverage. Okay, I felt a little bit called out by this bonus prompt because she talks about eating Pop-Tarts as like it's like just doing it like occasionally. I eat Pop-Tarts like almost every day. It's kind of bad for breakfast. So I felt a bit called out. I was like, I do that like every day. Watch any movie from the 70s. I think that's an interesting bonus prompt. And then make a nostalgic themed recipe. So you can, they have like some of those like 90s things too, like Dunkaroos cookies and all that stuff, you know. You know, baking, it happens. Listen to an old school song, watch an old school music video. So one music video, 1 coin, a 1 pendant. And then 2 pendants for singing a verse or a chorus from any old school song, from a TV show or just any other song, music show, and you have to videotape yourself doing this because we need proof of this. We need to see it. So that's going to be hilarious. And in honor of summer camp and ghost stories, eat s'mores. Yes, play a game that you used to play as a kid, like the Game of Life, Candyland, etc. And color a nostalgic themed coloring page. Oh yeah, here it is. Eat an Eggo or a Pop-Tart or toaster strudel. Called out. Attend an old school April Discord watch party. So you also get coins for, you get pendants for attending the Discord watch parties as well. And make, I'm like, it keeps resetting itself whenever I move. In honor of those Saturday mornings gone by, watch a cartoon. I love that one. Do some nostalgia themed crafting of any kind. So scrapbooking, journaling, crocheting, crafting. It builds a pillow fort, or blanket fort, and take a picture inside of it. That one sounds really fun. And again, going back to the crafting one, like make a friendship bracelet or tie-dye shirt. So lots of fun bonus prompts there. And then yeah, there's gonna be a million ways to get pendants here. It's gonna be very open. It's not just zoned in on reading, I feel like, which is going to be really fun. It's going to be like a ton of things, and there's going to be stuff going on pretty much every day with this readathon, which is super exciting. April is my birthday month, and last year I actually had a 90s themed birthday party, so I'm all about the nostalgia of the 90s because I grew up in that time. So I'm super excited to hang out with you guys, talk about some old school books or like newer books set in the 80s, 90s. So I'm super excited, and let me know down down below which team are you going to be on. I'm just saying, you better be prepared. But I hope you guys have a great day. Bye!